Hey, Xander.
Hey, Elliot.
So what happens in between action scenes? Or in between sessions? I heard there's this thing called downtime.
Yeah, we do that. So downtime is a thing that we do when we're not in uptime. So uptime is whenever we're in a session, the camera's on the characters, we're following the adventures of the Lanterns. Downtime is a thing where, based on the amount of time between in-character moments, usually 2 weeks per downtime action, I give a certain number of actions for people to do things that take a little bit longer that can usually be achieved within a session.
Okay, so what kind of downtime actions can people take?
Well, there are 3 main ones, though I also give a little bit of narrative license if people want to do things that sit outside of these. I will usually work with the player to find a way of achieving that. The 3 big ones are making a thing, learning a spell, making some contacts, or casting a spell if it's one that takes a particularly long time to cast.
I do regret to inform you that is 4 things.
Dang it! Should we do it again?
No, we're not gonna.
We're not gonna. Dang it. No, that is 4 things. It's 4 things, so I thought the 4th one as I was saying it. So, the first one of those that I said, I believe, was making a thing. So people who are astute and are paying attention to our campaign will have noticed that some members of the Lanterns are very good at mixing chemicals together or building cool machines. And those things take time and doing it wrong a few times before you get it right. So one of the ways downtime actions can be spent is by making a thing. Now, if it's an invention that can be used over and over and over again, usually you can probably make one of those, maybe 2 at a stretch, depending on the success levels the character gets on the required rolls. If they're making something that's consumable, they might be able to make them in batches per downtime action. But that's generally how those cool things that certain characters get in their hands arrive there between sessions.
Okay, and what about something like casting a spell or learning a spell?
So spells are complicated things and require time and attention to learn, and oftentimes a few practice rounds depending on the kind of spell it is. You need to have a magic book or someone who can teach you the spell in order to actually learn it. You get to learn a number of spells equal to the success levels of your intelligence plus occultism roll per downtime action.
And remind me, what was the third of the 4 actions?
The third of the 4 actions was making new contacts. Mm-hmm. So we'll get into how contacts work in a later episode. But contacts are essentially your character spending their time schmoozing with people around London, or indeed potentially even further afield, just to make more friends, more people they know. They can convert those points in contacts that they get, 1 point per downtime action, into a living, breathing NPC that they get to interact with later when the need arises.
Living feels a little bit presumptuous, and also breathing for that matter. Just given genre, but...
Given genre, there might be a few that are exceptions to that rule.
Obviously, casting a really long spell, kind of self-explanatory. Is there perhaps a 5th of the 3 things that you've forgotten?
Is there?
Training.
Oh, god damn it, there is. Also characters can do another thing that I forgot about, didn't put in my script. Characters can spend some time training a skill. So what that means is they can train a subversion of a particular skill to get a +2 bonus to it in the next episode, showing that it's something they've been focusing their time and attention on in the intervening time. For example, someone might train the acrobatic skill or athletic skill to get really good at climbing. So that anytime they need to climb in the next session, they get an automatic +2 bonus.
Very nice. So those are the 3 things that you can do with
downtime.
Those are the 3 things
broken up into 5 that people can do.
Is there anything else we should know about downtime? Maybe 6 or 7 other activities that are part of the 3?
I can't think of any right now.
That doesn't mean that they don't exist, though.
No, but those are the 5 to bear in mind, is that people will be doing things between sessions. So if the character suddenly has something cool, that's usually why.
All right. Well, that is the story of downtime. So otherwise, we'll see you after our next downtime.
The trilogy in 5 parts. See you next time, folks.